Hi, Caspar here on the 17th of January 2021, and this is an interesting one. This is 1995 Château Parma, and this was actually the first wine I ever bought on primeur. And I think if memory serves me, it was about £205 a dozen in Bond. Goodness me, how times have changed. And you know, this wine has been really obdurate. It just has been no fun at all, and I haven't got many bottles left. I've probably got 4 or 5 left out of the case, and I really can say I haven't enjoyed any of them. And it's very odd because 95 is generally seen as being a riper, more generous, more forward vintage than its immediate successor. And yet the 96 Parma, I know, has been drinking well for many years. And this has just been really hard work. And I have no idea why that might be. Picking date, whatever. So I haven't had one for probably 5 years, I would imagine. So here we are approaching it at 25 years of age, probably almost, not on the button, but 25 and a little bit. Deep in colour. And it's pretty much opaque at the core. Has a very narrow band at the rim of bricky mahogany. This has been open, I would think, for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. I decanted it. Such classic sort of Bordeaux nose. You really couldn't be anywhere else. So I'm thinking about a draftsman working with an HB pencil in a dusty attic somewhere, and with a lot of cedarwood about. It's got that sort of dusty attic, lovely, but then that lovely aromatic cedary quality, a degree of mintiness about it. Leather and yeah, a bit of cold tea as well, cold black tea, and then a hint of that nice sweet black curranty fruit. But it's not a flashy wine at all. It's a quite a dry nose. It smells like classic claret. It's cool, understated, just medium weight, and it goes in the mouth, and then halfway through, clack, the structure kicks in, and that tannin at the back is still really quite grippy. Has got a dry element to it. It's got nice length. It's very fresh. It's almost slightly airy. If it wasn't for that that slightly, I mean, much less overbearing than it has been in the past, but you know, it's still very present, that tannin in there. You know, it'd be much more easygoing, but there's lovely snap to the fruit, super acidity, really fresh. A bit of sort of autumn bonfire character to it. A nice sort of core of black currant fruit. It's, you know, it's snappy. It's a refreshing thing. I mean, that tannin just sort of scrubs the palate along with the acidity. You know, it's got length in the mouth, but it's fascinating. Last time I had a bottle of this, the person I shared it with, well, we both agreed that, you know, that it probably wasn't going to get any better and that it would never be very good. But actually, it has improved markedly, and it does make me wonder whether this thing might have another 20 years in it, and might get better yet than this. So I'm not in a hurry to drink my last few. I mean, it's still very red at the core and very deep in colour. Touch of ginger nut right in the middle. I mean, it's not a fleshy wine in any sense. It's not a modern style claret in any sense either. No sort of super ripeness, super concentration. Those tannins are quite angular, and they really need some food. Yeah. I wonder if some of those tannins are wood related. They've got a slightly tacky woody quality to them. Fascinating, really. I mean, claret of the old school. Don't make him like that anymore. But interesting, and yeah, I mean, you know, next time I have one out of the case, and one of the last 4 or 5, and it won't be for a year at least. I'll do another video, and we'll see how it's going on. But interesting, and reward. You know, it's the first bottle out of that case I've had when I've really got some reward out of it. I must say, it's a nice thing. I'm enjoying it. It's complex. You know, it's fresh and complex and really pretty tertiary. But yeah, there we go. That's been 1995 Château Parma. I'm enjoying it. It's stimulating things that are more cerebral than emotional, perhaps. But maybe that's what claret's about, or perhaps what claret used to be about. But there we are. I'm enjoying it. Very nice.